You did good today. Really good. You might not see it. You might think it was just another day, but it wasn't.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. Our topic today is income maximization, but we're going to go into looking at a lot of other things as well as the income maximization. First, I'm going to try and break down income maximization. This is about the income you already have. So this is the money that's coming into the household that we already have. So maximization, how we're going to use it to the fullest, really, and then how it's going to go further, stretch a bit more. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I know it's a little bit of a difficult time. Little bit is an understatement. It's a really difficult time. The cost of living has gone through the roof. We all are feeling it. Every single one of us. Shops where you used to take £5 into before to buy like 4 or 5 things, now you will probably come up with one. If you're lucky, you come up with one. And for us, if you've got children, if you've got family, you know that it's just getting, every day it's just being pushed a bit more, a bit further what you need to do. There's stuff for school. September is a difficult month for parents. Once we go back to school, there are loads of things we have to buy that we were not even told about before, and we just have to start looking for that money there and then, just to make sure that we give it to the children, really. So yes, I'll start with the income first that we have. Whatever income we have, which is whether wages, whether our benefit, whatever we have, goes into a bank account, really. And one of the first things to be, if you're somebody that's somebody that wants to be financially capable, which is what we work towards, it's not, nobody was born with it, really. One of the first things is to actually identify how much you have as a whole, especially if you have benefits, if you've got income, 2 or 3 streams of income, to identify how much you have as a whole, really, and then to identify what your bills are and how much they are altogether. I know this is something that we all know and we do. I'm saying it because maybe sometimes some people don't know. So I'll take a quick example. If all I have is about £500 coming into the account, and I look at all my bills, and all my bills are about £400, that's going to be difficult. So this is where to start. And the reason I say that is because some people keep every month, it's just a chasing thing because they haven't gone to basis to find out how much do I have coming in. So if that's the case, if you've got 500 for you, because the way it works, and I've done something on my channel about that before, the way I think it works is, for me, if your life and and for some reason, because things have changed in the last few years, it could be the case, and your whole household expenses is more than 70% of your income, you are in a state that's not great. So you need to find things to do. So it should be, ideally, what would be great would be 60% will be all your household expenses. That would be an ideal life, 60%, so that you've got 20% that you can keep away for emergencies. It's important in this day and age, again, to always have that emergency. But again, for the last few years, most of us have not been able to do anything for emergency, let's be honest. And then you've got to have a 10% for charity, for helping other people, things like that. And then you've got to have a 10% that's disposable. That's just the start, really. And that disposable income could be something that at the end of the year will be used for Christmas, will be used for anything nice, maybe even just to treat yourself. You could go and get your nails done, your hair, something that you want to do for yourself with that disposable, because it's not really income that's doing, and it's just something that's been kept aside, really. But the reality of things is that a lot of us cannot do that at this time, really. But that's the basis where to start from, to make sure that what your income is, your bills are not the same level, they're about 70%. But now coming to the point where we are, where some of us, our income is 500, our bills is 480. So what do we do in this case? So there are a few options for what to do. One of the first and simplest things to do will be to look for additional income, to get more money to come into that household, really. And looking for additional income these days doesn't mean that you have to get a physical job that you go to. There's so many options. I know that we also, most of us are moms, we see that there are other things out there that we could do. There are things online now, and then you could get to a point where you can actually make something for somebody. That's how income can come in. It's not going to happen overnight, but you might have to develop a skill to get that income to come in. In addition to that, there are certain things in the community that are available to people, but again, people don't know about some of these things. Things in the community, there are little grants here and there. So I will talk a bit more about this grant. There's a website called Turn to Us, and on Turn to Us, there's easily about 500 types of grants that you could apply for, depending on your situation. So one of the key things with Turn to Us is it would use based on your details. They don't, if you live in a certain place, there could be something, and then they will begin to ask a bit more questions about yourself before it goes into actually. There's a website called Frontline. It's Frontline. It's called Frontline Harlow. It's a referral platform, and then you will know about it. Yes, it's a referral platform. People don't know that you can refer yourself to any agency on that. We're talking about form filling. So if you go on that Frontline and you just put in search form filling, it will come up with a list of agencies that help with form filling, and then you can refer yourself to them, and they will contact you because you put all your details on there. Really, there's a lot of help on Frontline, and I love the fact that you can do a self-referral. Agencies like ourselves, we also use it to refer clients, really, but they will take, and it works. Frontline works in a lot of places all across the country. Very, very good. So that's one way to find out if something's going on, because I know that one of the difficult things is that there will be things available, but no one's telling anyone. So you just accidentally you find out about something, and that's when you take it up, really. So that's on the side of the grant. So if you've never done, check Turn to Us, really. The other one I want to talk about is, even if you're working and you do get benefit, if you've never done, go do a benefit check. If you've never done one for yourself, really. You might be getting, it might not be anything different, but do a benefit check. And the reason, most especially, and I would say use the policy and practice benefit calculator. That's the one I think is the best one. And the reason that I'm saying you should do it is because even if it says for your benefit, you're getting everything you should be getting, policy and practice does a good thing. It comes up with a list of things that you might be entitled to that you don't know about. These are random things. It will list them. So things like LIFT, the low income water discount, is very good. If you, yeah, policy and practice, policy and practice. You can Google it now. You find it.
Okay. Policy and practice calculator.
Yeah.
You just enter.
You enter. It will start with. You just enter. Start a calculation. So it should start with your name. It will take a lot of details because that's how they're going to get you the best and the most accurate end result. So it's best to have what your household income is. But if you don't, you can do a scenario play. You can do up to 3 scenarios, and okay, maybe you think, oh, my household income for the year is 30K. Oh no, it's 35, it's 40. So you can always play around with that to see what it would say.
This only applies to those on benefit.
No, if you're not on benefit and you want to see if you can, because now things have become a little bit difficult. There are certain things that are opening up to people now, okay, that people don't know. So even if you're not on benefit, the worst I would say is you're not entitled to anything, and then it will come up with maybe try this, because there are things that you can get, benefits that you can get that are because you're on low income or because the company has decided that this is what we'll do for anybody. That's with us, really. Like the low income tariff, it's not it's Affinity Water that does it. It has nothing to do with your yeah. So that's why you've got to keep looking at things like that. So there are things also like warm home discounts that can come up and help towards your gas and electric. And that again, the trouble with warm home discount, nobody's going to write to you to say you're entitled to warm home discount, really, unless you find, and if you find out because the way it works is a pot of funding. If it's the first come first serve basis, so if you get there late, you might be entitled, but then they won't give you. So I would say, as we speak now, please go and register interest, even if you're not sure that you're going. Just go to your supplier's website, register your interest to say, I will be interested. Let me know when the form and the application is out. So that helps really. So that's it. So as I said, use the benefit calculator. There are things that come up from time to time.